We begin in Beirut, where Israel has conducted what it's calling a precise airstrike, the city's southern suburbs. Israeli media say the head of Hezbollah's drone unit was targeted. Local media say at least 3 civilians have been wounded. Israeli bombardment in the past 4 days has killed at least 650 people in Lebanon. It's also forced hundreds of thousands of people to flee. The US and France, along with several other countries, are calling for a 21-day ceasefire on the Israeli-Lebanese border. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his army will continue to fight. Let's go to Zeina Khodr, who joins us now live from Beirut. So, Zeina, first of all, I believe you are close, if not at the site where the latest strike took place, or at least in Al-Bahia, the southern suburbs. Talk us through, first of all, what the scene looks like.
Sammy, I'm not sure if you can still hear me. We are in Beirut's southern suburbs, and like you said, at the site of Israel's latest attack, the 4th attack in under a week. Behind me, you can see the apartment that was targeted in that residential building. We understand from some sources on the ground that the missile was fired from the other location. As you can imagine, there's a lot of chaos here. I'm sorry, yes, we have to move. There's a lot of chaos and a lot of broken glass. A lot of the buildings around us have broken glass, so everybody is worried about the glass falling. So as you can imagine, the situation. So this is the 4th targeted strike in under a week. What the information we are getting is from the Israeli army. We're still getting no information from sources, from Lebanese sources, security sources. The Israeli army is saying that an F-35 fired at least 3 missiles, and what they are claiming is that the target was the head of Hezbollah's drone unit. So this is becoming more frequent, these attacks in Beirut's southern suburbs. On Monday, Israel launched intensive and extensive airstrikes in areas where Hezbollah has a presence, in the south of the country, in the east of the country, even in some locations north of Beirut and south of Beirut. But Beirut's southern suburbs, this densely populated area, neighborhood, if you like, they haven't been carrying out those intensive strikes. What they've been doing is these targeted assassinations. So you can see this appears to be very much a precision strike based on intelligence information. And really, this has raised a lot of questions about the amount of intelligence information Israel has gathered about the group, because it has been targeting and killing high-ranking commanders, whether members of Hezbollah's Jihadi Council, that's the highest decision-making body in Hezbollah's organization, as well as commanders who have been running operations in southern Lebanon. Whether there was 2 days ago, I believe it was, the head of the missile unit, and earlier this week there was a failed assassination attempt on a high-ranking member in that Jihadi Council. So we are in Beirut's southern suburbs. We are at the site of that attack. We still do not have much information, but from what we can see, this looks like a precision strike based on intelligence information. And really, Hezbollah has acknowledged that in the past days, it has suffered setbacks. We have to remember last week, we saw thousands of pagers and walkie-talkies belonging to members of Hezbollah, whether the military institution or the civilian institution, explode. And that in itself was seen as a major security breach. Even a Hezbollah official acknowledged that. So, Sami, this is the information we have for the time being. We are waiting for more information on who the target was, whether or not the operation was successful.
All right, let's thank Zeina Khodr for updating us on a very fluid situation there, the actual site and scene that she has so bravely been able to reach there in Dahia, the southern suburbs of Beirut, that's been hit with an explosion.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get latest news from Al Jazeera.